Yo, it's your girl Pika calling in from Singapore again. It is Saturday night, and yes, I'm home. I meant to go out tonight, but I'm not feeling it. I am tired. It's been a long day. I say it a lot lately, don't I? Notice I say that a lot. But it's okay. I fill my days. I make sure I cram in as much as humanly possible, and I try to take breaks as well. But today was a pretty good day. I started off early. I went to the Singapore Art Museum again today. I had a very special group of special needs adults today, and I've actually never had the opportunity to be around them or serve them or teach them before. So that was quite the experience this morning, and it was eye-opening, and it was a really great feeling. Like, the thing I love about kids and, well, mostly just kids, or people who've been sheltered most of their lives, is when you expose them to new things, new ideas, their reaction is completely genuine and unhindered, just raw emotion. And to see the look on their faces when they get excited to see something, when they suddenly understand something, that is priceless. When you get to touch someone like that, and you broaden their mind, you expose their the ideas that they have to new ideas that could be complementary to what they already have. It's like their world opened up, and it's just a beautiful experience for me. It's very fulfilling for me. I felt a lot of love in that room today. It felt like every time they saw a new piece of art, they really did feel immersed. Singapore Art Museum deals with mostly contemporary art, and they're all installations for the most part. So they're like a world within a room, and they take up the floor, the ceiling, the walls, and then whatever art pieces they've got hanging or standing in and around the room. And it is just, I can't even, it's just beautiful. And it's like pure love. That feeling of pure love. Anyway, so that's how I started my day, which is pretty incredible. And actually got to catch up with the original curriculum crew. I went out to lunch with them for a little bit just to talk and catch up. From there, I ran out to Little India to pick up some things for the house. Came back home and spent the rest of the day with my baby doll. So watched movies, sat around, talked. It was nice. It was pretty chill, but I needed that today. I have been going on all four cylinders for a while now, and some days I just need, that break. So I did housework. I mean, I cleaned up the house. The cabinets are pretty much in. The uppers are in. The base cabinets are in. I just need a countertop. So unfortunately, they won't be in until Monday to measure, and then apparently internet doesn't work or something. But they'll have to go back and give them their measurements on Monday night, so that then they would have a Tuesday to start cutting, possibly. I don't know why they can't just, text it to them, whatever. None of my business. Not my monkeys, not my circus. I can't control anybody but myself, right? Anyway, yeah, cleaned the house, swept up the kitchen, all the dust and, sawdust and debris and everything that was left over. Took out baby girl's hair today because tomorrow is wash day. What else did I do today? That's pretty much it as far as, physical work. I did work out this morning, and that felt pretty good. It helps me wake up all the way in the mornings, like right as I get up. So I have a lot of other work I want to do, but today was mostly to focus on baby girl, because I feel like with everything that's going on, I tend to let her play while I do work, which is okay, because she doesn't really need the TV to play. She kind of just pulls out Play-Doh and plays, or she has her Legos and she plays, or she draws stuff. She likes to write me letters, which is really cool. But I felt like today I really needed to pay a little more attention, so we watched a couple of movies, which is something we do generally anyway, and we tend to talk about what's going on in the movie and discuss, the ideas of why the character is doing whatever. So it's really quite cool. But I got to thinking, I want her to be able to access these audios one day, and my blogs one day, because I can't see the future. I can't tell if I'll be there forever, if I'll always be there for her. And as long as I'm alive, hell yeah, I will be. But there may come a day when I may not be, and I want her to have this. I want this to be my legacy. For her to really know me. I know there are times where, I would ask my mom, hey, do you remember going through this? What did you do? How did you handle it? And my mom has lived through a lot of shit, y'all, and I'm so proud of her. And I feel like without having watched how she handled everything, I probably wouldn't be half of who I am today. Now, obviously, we differ on a lot of things. Moms and daughters do. But I know strength when I see it. And strength comes in different forms. And her kind of strength is very different from my kind of strength. I will fight you. My mom will not. My mom will try really hard to do the right thing and take the high road and not ruffle your feathers if she can help it. Me, I don't have time for that. And my mom's told me on several occasions that I frighten her because I will lose my cool. My guard will come up so strong that I don't need to say anything. If you're standing in the vicinity, you will back up. And I guess that's like a mechanism I've developed over the years because my childhood wasn't easy. And I'm not saying everybody else's was easy either. I'm sure everybody has their own cross to bear. Everybody's, whatever they've been through is big to them, and that's cool. I'm not knocking any of that. But for me, I'm not sure how much you know, but I moved around a lot. I've always been the new girl in school, which is cool for about 2 seconds until you open your mouth and suddenly they know that you really are just super naive and don't know anything and they can pick on you. So yeah, that was me. I left Singapore when I was 5. I moved to London, lived in East Ham in the Ilford area, and I was there for about 2 years until my dad finished his degree, and my mom worked for the Singapore High Commission at that time, and so we moved out from London and we moved to Brisbane, Australia. So I got to live there for about 4 years, and while I was there in those 4 years, I moved around a lot. We moved from this school to that school to that school to that school, and like I said, every 6 months it was like, all right, you got to get up and move schools, and I was like, ugh, fine, whatever. So what the mechanism I learned was you turn up as the new girl, right? You kind of learn the lay of the land, you kind of figure out who the cool kids are, you kind of watch the people you think are really cool or whatever, and you pick up certain nuances, and you're trying to emulate them. So the only good thing about moving around so much was when I got up and had to leave the one school and go to a new one, I knew how to start out fresh, and I would bring along some of those things that I had observed that I thought was cool and try and adapt them to my personality and see if I couldn't break out of new girl teacher's pet mode so I wouldn't get picked on. Anyway, but when I go back and I ask my mom sometimes, hey, when you first had a baby, how did you handle it? Did I sleep through the night? Did my brothers sleep through the night? How did you manage? And because of the things that she's lived through, I think she's just blocked out a lot. And unfortunately for me, she doesn't remember. So I don't want that. I want for there to be something, some frame of reference for a baby girl, so that if, God forbid, anything were to happen, or even if I'm not just close by, let's put it that way, if I'm not close by, and she needs some answers, or she misses me, she'd have all of this. I think it'd be a beautiful legacy to leave to her, and hopefully, all of you can either learn from it or use it in your own lives if you need. My life is an open book. You can ask me pretty much anything, and I will tell you point blank what happened and how I feel about it. And please note, anything I say in any of these, commentaries or what have you, are my own opinion based on my own life and all of my own experiences. The reason I chose audio, as you know, is I'm not comfortable on camera yet. Maybe that'll happen one day, but it's not happening today, so I'm going to stick with my voice. But part of it is the legacy. I definitely want to leave something behind for her. I definitely want my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, to know exactly how stupid or crazy or whatever I was, and know that I was human. I tried, and my legacy would be to show you how hard I tried and what I tried, how many different times I tried, how many different ways I tried, just to make sure that I left the world a better place than when I found it. The other part of that is I want y'all to know I'm real. I've had conversations with people where they ask, are you sure? Like, are you sure this is who you are? Are you making this stuff up? Are you sure? And I'm thinking, if you only knew, if you could be a fly on the wall in any one of my days, you would know this is who I am. I'm done fronting. I'm done pretending. I'm done emulating other people. I think I found my stride. It took me 36 years to really love who I am. All of it. The flaws, the scars, the cellulite, all of it. Okay? And I am not about to put that aside for anybody. So this is 36 years of heartache, of tough love, of island hopping, learning different languages, because Australia is really big on the language other than the English program. It's called LOT, language other than the English program. So, I've been through it all, y'all. The U.S. is obviously where I've been the longest. Once I left Brisbane, I went to Adelaide. I was in Adelaide for a year. From Adelaide, I moved to Jakarta. I went to JIS. I went to Jakarta International School for a whole year. And then finally my dad was like, yo, we haven't seen my mom for a while. Why don't we go see her in the States? And I was like, all right, cool. So we were supposed to go there for a summer. 20 years later, I finally came home. So my life, there's a lot of movement in my life. There are a lot of things that I've lived through. I have seen my fair share of crazy and unnecessary, and I survived it all. I am proud to be a single mom. I tried. I fought tooth and nail not to be a single mom. But apparently that wasn't in the cards. Apparently I was meant to be a single mom, which is cool. I have embraced it. But because of that, I need to make sure that I leave something every day for her. I want her to know how much I love her. And she changed my life. She really did. Once she came along, everything shifted. The focus became about her and how do I protect her? How do I make sure she has every tool she needs? How do I make sure that I am the kind of mom she deserves? And watching her grow up has been beyond words because she taught me to live again. Watching her get excited about the little things, I started realizing that it's been a long time since I got excited about something. It's been a long time since I really let my emotions out. And to see her just raw emotion like that for everything has been really crucial in my own development. So, legacy. My legacy to her. Even if I don't make $1 million, you guys, it's not about the money. I really want to make a difference. I want her to be proud of me. I want her to look at me and be like, damn, she went hard and she got it done. That's all I want. I think that's all anyone really wants. Yeah, so every day I will update you guys. Every day I will touch base and give you a piece of my mind. And some days I'll be emotional and some days I'll just be upbeat and super happy like I always am. Just bear with me and you can be a witness to my life. I'm inviting you to be a witness to my life. Well, I have more work to do. I thought I was going to go to sleep soon, but I think I need to go ahead and work on the website a little bit and tweak my blog post because August 1st is coming, y'all. I have some work to do. Right now, I'm trying really hard not to let her know that there's something wrong, that I have lost my job, that I do need to make some moves. But at the same time, one day, I want her to be able to look back and be like, damn, she did all that and she never told me. She worked hard in silence and she never told me. That's what I want. Whether I accomplish that or not will remain to be seen. But in the meantime, I'm going to do everything I can. So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. Hopefully I inspired you a little bit. Hopefully I gave you a little more insight into who I am. I am human. I do exist. The pictures are not stock pictures. The ones that are of me are really me. I try really hard not to use filters if I can, but sometimes they're fun filters. Like Snapchat has some really cool fun filters. If you want to follow me on Snapchat, please do find me at RASATH1. Instagram is the same, RASATH1. SoundCloud is the same, RASATH1. Twitter, I didn't get there in time, so it was a little different. RASATH11. That's the closest I could get. But follow me wherever you can find me. Drop me a line, hit me up, DM, comments. Let me hear from you. Let me know that I'm on the right track. I'd like to know. I feel like I am. I'm going to do it anyway, regardless. But let me know. All right? So it's time for me to sign off here. I will catch you tomorrow. Okay? Y'all have a good weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.